Snipers, you have to see what's happening in the cryptocurrency market this Saturday. The weekends are the most manipulated in the crypto markets due to CME futures being closed, and Bitcoin is struggling to get above 32,000 US dollars today. And notice how we've yet to come test 30,000 US dollars, but we are still playing in a range with a destination at 25,880. If we don't get above 34,788, this is where we need to be if we don't want to assume this downside scenario playing out. Now, it is the weekend, so I'm going to be a little bit more freestyle with our technical analysis, and I do have something extremely important to talk about when it comes to altcoins today. And of course, with Bitcoin right now, because we're struggling to get towards 34,788, the range that we're playing in takes us to 25,880. This is where there's more volume and accumulation. And at this point, because we're still showing weakness, the downside scenario is on the table. We know 28,000 is a potential area where we'll find support here from this market structural support where we could form another lower low, but the volume's at 26,000. That's what we're monitoring. We know below 30,000, there's a lot of volume. I want to talk about what I'm expecting as we head into Sunday. Of course, traditional markets and futures markets will open tomorrow, but the weekend is the most manipulated. Let's dive into a freestyle analysis of Bitcoin today. You guys are watching the Snipers channel on a Saturday. Remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. We want to hit 100,000 snipers on this channel, already at 45,000. So first, let's address the weekly candle for Bitcoin. We are back at the 50-week moving average, testing it now for the second time. The more you knock on a door, the more likely it is to break. The 50-week moving average currently sits at 32,000 US dollars. We already saw a daily candle low today of 31,170, below the 50-week moving average. Below 30,000, we know there's a lot of volume. That's why on the 6-hour chart, every time we've gotten below 30,000 US dollars or even just at $30,000 at an exact level, we saw immense amount of buy pressure come in. You can see the only two times that we came towards 30,000 is when we saw tons of volume come in. So that's something that, for those tuned into the Snipers channel, isn't new to us. We've been monitoring this, and patience is the name of the game when Bitcoin is taking the ladder down. I talked about that yesterday. We're still taking the ladder. We haven't yet stepped into the elevator. We haven't seen Bitcoin breach 30,000, and I'm going to maintain myself with this opinion, especially now that the 50-week moving average is here and we're testing it for a second time. You knock on a door, it's more likely to break. And beyond that, we're already in this range with 35,000 as the major resistance and 26,000 as the major support. The longer we're below 35,000, the more likely the downside scenario is. I believe, we'll go on to the daily chart, if we're going to see a real downside scenario play out for Bitcoin, it's going to have to come below 30,000. So until and if we get to 30,000, Bitcoin could float in this higher range of this zone, but until 30,000 is breached, I don't believe we'll start to see real volume come in. If we breach 30,000, especially if it happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, it's going to have to be with a lot of sell pressure on the order books. 28,000 is the first level of support, but then we have 26,000, 24,000, and of course 20,000 where we have the multi-year structural support. I don't believe Bitcoin will stay at these lower ranges below 26,000 for any more than a few hours, maybe even just 1 or 2 days. So keep that in mind. If we see the downside scenario, it's going to be fast, have those buy limit orders set in place. Now, here's the thing that I want to talk about today. Since it's Saturday, we can be more freestyle and loose on our analysis because it's the weekend, it's the most manipulated. Let's look at altcoins today because others' dominance is breaching 12%. Notice how we're at 11.98%. And that's a major level. And we've been bullish on altcoins through this consolidation for Bitcoin. And that was the right move. Like, for example, on the 26th of June, Ethereum went below 1760. We entered Ethereum. We saw over 30% upside on that trade alone, while Bitcoin was only able to come up about 20%. So altcoins have certainly been the stronger asset, sitting at the 20-week moving average, above the 200-day moving average. We know that, right? But when Bitcoin can potentially come to 30,000 and see sell pressure come in, and the fear and greed index today is at 15, which is the lowest it's been all month. So there's more fear than ever right now in the markets. the bears have certainly defended this 50-day moving average. If we're not going to see any price action towards 34,788 anytime soon, this downside scenario to 26,000 becomes a lot more likely, right? So here's the thing. If we breach 30,000, is there a potential that we could see so much fear in the market that altcoins actually will not perform better than Bitcoin? That is on the table. And as we've been bullish on altcoin season throughout this consolidation, I think it's time to look at the others' dominance and talk about a potential bearish pattern that could play out here, just so that we're prepared for either side of the market, right? So others' dominance right now, we look at altcoins above this 200-day moving average. If we cross below 11.5% dominance, now we're below this 200-day moving average, and I think that's when we need to start looking at a potential reversal in altcoin strength. And so it wasn't a bad idea to be bullish on altcoins until now, because remember, altcoins like Ethereum were showing more strength than Bitcoin during this consolidation. But if a downside scenario for Bitcoin comes and we see altcoin dominance breach 11.5% dominance, as an umpire, I'm going to have to go back to the weekly chart. We're going to be so far below this 20-week moving average. Now we're actually below home base. Now we could start seeing a potential altcoin season slowing down and a retest of this 50-week moving average at 10.5% dominance. Now, the reason this is not 100% yet is because, yes, we're below the 20-week moving average, but notice here from 2017, this 12% dominance area was a resistance twice. In 2020, it was a resistance. And then we finally broke through the DeFi season, exploding with Ethereum, and now we're above 12%. So garden variety market behavior says a previous resistance will always turn into future support. So the upside scenario is still on the table, but one thing I'm going to be monitoring when Bitcoin decides to do what it wants to do, whether it starts to inch its way back towards 34,788 and just crawl its way above the 50-day moving average, even though the bears have defended it throughout this whole consolidation. If that happens, is altcoins going to outperform Bitcoin? Well, that has to do with others' dominance. But let's say the 30,000 gets tested. We see the sell pressure come in. I'm also going to be monitoring others' dominance. Are we going to see it push up or down? Because I think that's going to give us a real idea of if this support level is going to hold or not in the more macro term. So now we can start really looking at altcoins and potentially assuming a reversal if we stay so far below this 20-week moving average. But it wasn't a bad idea to be bullish on altcoins because we've seen it as the most bullish chart in the crypto market when it comes to the different revolving parts like Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum being the largest altcoin, others dominance, and the total market cap, which are all revolving parts that affect the overall market. So I just want to keep that on the table, and that thesis could also be true for Bitcoin dominance, that we come up to test this 20-week moving average. Now it's around 50%. That's a big even. That's on the table. So as an umpire, this is a big change because we've been certainly bullish on altcoins until now. And I'm not bearish on altcoins, but what I am saying is there's a potential reversal play on the table. Let's see what happens, right? I'm just being the umpire for you guys. And then total market cap not showing much of any difference than it has been over the last few weeks, just kind of maintaining itself sideways price action. And I'm not too worried about Ethereum to Bitcoin chart because no matter what, we're in this bullish macro trend. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Saturday update. I appreciate each and every one of you snipers tuned into the channel. I want to give away Principles by Ray Dalio, one of my favorite books on value investing. If you want to win in this book, comment below and share this video. You'll have a chance to win. I'm going to pick a winner from our video yesterday. Let's see. Daniel Abdelnour says, laying it down solid as always, while all the big shot moon boys are nowhere to be found. Thanks for always being there. Appreciate the kind words, Daniel. Send me a message on Instagram. The link is in the description below. You want a book. And with that, I appreciate each and every one of you snipers tuned into the channel. Let's hit 100,000 snipers on this channel. And to get there, all you have to do is like this video. It helps the channel grow with the YouTube algorithm, and we can get closer to that 100,000 goal. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Until next time, snipers